One of my least favorite things and most favorite things at the same time with DID is having too much information, because I truly do wholeheartedly feel bad, maybe, for the people that were so boldly, brazenly mistaken as to say that someone had shitty cakes. Rip my monetization, it doesn't matter, I'm telling you this first. Was like, oh, this is all just frosting. It probably tastes like frosting. This is why we get Walmart cakes. This is why we get Walmart cakes. Okay, so, not to be like a spoiled brat in front of all of you, excuse me, but okay, so $160 for a cake is literally like pocket change. You have to understand. So, no, because allow myself to just get into what I want to talk about today, because this is a part of me that I actually want to speak to rather than present. So, like $165. Okay, no, I can break this down for you too, because the sad thing is, it's petty. I can't help but say it. That irony bit gets to me. That it's like, oh, I'll just go to Walmart instead of supporting a small artist. Oh. Okay. You don't have to act broke even if you are broke. And I hope you know that. I hope you know that. I don't have to act broke even though I am broke, okay? So I know about good food, and you can learn about good food. It's not like it's like a restricted trade. Please. You don't have to go to a basic bakery where they're going to and oh, the basic, how dare I be so insulting, insinuating. Most of my cakes have come from grocery bakeries, and I consider them basic. Yes, why? They're not doing cakes like that. Excuse me for having a little bit of a terminology to how these are rated in terms of like their skill, and not only their skill, but the amount of detail that goes into each and every order for the volume of customers that they're receiving. Excuse me for knowing about that. But like, my opinion aside, I do think they do valid work. Like, either way, I hope you know that. That's just like something that it's not about it being basic or not. It's like, I do think they both do respectable work. It is basic because of the higher volume of people coming through and the commercial reality of being a grocery bakery. So, I don't know if you want me to say that it's like, you're going to get the same thing at a grocery bakery, but you're not. And it's because when you go to people who are in a store that have cakes all around, what do you think? That they're gonna make chicken? I'm asking. Do you go to a cake store thinking that they're gonna be making fucking quiches? What do you think? Cakes. Yes. Now I know, maybe a bit entitled, a bit of me, but like, hear me out. It's almost like when this is a form of art, because food is art. Why do I say this? Because it is a method of communication and expression, and a passionate one. Definable under art, even though art is somewhat of a messy term. If you're telling me you don't see food as art, I feel like we're on two different playing fields right now, and that is firstly where you need to like learn. And I'm not trying to be rude, but it is literally just facts that food is art. I know that it's like you don't think about it every day. I mean, I don't think about it as I'm making like a ham and cheese, but it is. It is a method of creation and expression, and it's even, you know, like tattoos, a wearable form of art. Food, an edible form of art. I mean, there's even things like edible arrangements that just propose to the aesthetics of the fruit. I know, this is a little bit of a personal opinion, but I've seen people be gifted edible arrangements, and they're like, they were so overwhelmed because it's gorgeous. However, it's a little bit like pressure, because you feel like somewhat like this is a lot of like really fresh food that I want to be able to consume within it. So, I don't know. Don't get me on a rant about edible arrangements, please. I'm begging you. I literally cannot stand a video that boring. Yes, I could. So, when there's an artist that's been doing this practice, so for example, what we're saying right now, cake making, and cake artistry for a number of years, mayhaps you, ponder the thought that maybe this person who has been studying cake artistry either on their own personal time or their own personal dime for a while is making cakes and their say it with me, specialty. Okay. So now you understand that maybe even there's just a value in monetary sense for what the artist is worth. No? Okay, well, you're being ungrateful. That's just the issue. Like, there's really nothing else I can say to you. It's being ungrateful. I know, I really wish there was a better answer, but it's almost like you're sitting there looking at an artist with many, many years of skill for something that you... Shut up, you can't do it. You can't do it. And most other people that you think can do it cannot do it either. And it's funny because you'll go and you'll do it and you'll overbear someone else just with the same request. And I feel this. You'll overbear someone else with the same request, expecting them to be able to do the same thing in a commercially high, like, volume environment. And then when the thing is not exactly as you expected, it's almost like adding fuel to the fire is immediately what is done because of the internet. Like, I can't help but notice it. It's like, yeah, when things are disregarded as like, oh, it's just an art form. Yeah, and it takes like years to learn. I mean, admittedly, I am a little soft on how I charge people for admittedly what is like 9 years, nearly a decade of artistry experience. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, do it yourself. You literally, like, kind of can't paint shit like I can. And that's not, like, rude. That's just an obvious fact when I've been painting for 9 years. So, example, if this person has been cake making for 9 years, imagine seeing someone open their mouth and be like, I could just go to Walmart. It's just funny because it's almost like an inside joke between artists, because then we look at you like, yeah, go ahead, do that. I'm sure you're going to in this hypothetical in which the money is not there at all and you just want to complain about something completely obsolete to your existence. Because, like, I do have to have an amount of self-respect, and I feel like it was nice to be reminded of that. It was. Because, like, I'm sorry, yeah, it is very basic of a price for up to even $165 for something like vintage bordering, edible glitter, custom writing, and an image. I mean, like, those things all like stack on, kind of like how if you would ask me for a painting, like a background, multiple characters, like the detail would start to accumulate a price. And then on top of that, so maybe if you're interested in knowing, it's hard to learn these skills, and it is trying. It is an emotional effort. Nobody tells you to do this. In fact, everyone in this world tells you that that your art is meaningless, and that in fact that, you know, it comes down to it, you can just go somewhere else, like a commercial business, and get the same thing that you can do. So why even pay you, and why even care about your experience? And it is years of that on top of an emotional buildup of people doubting you for your career choices, and years of pressure to honestly seek out anything else, years of going through day jobs just to support yourself. And I mean literally going through, and I don't think you get it, like going through doing your own taxes for 2 different jobs And on top, like, this is just like the paramount, so don't think this is like the hardest thing that you'll do. But like, really, like, sitting down at the end of the day and doing fucking your taxes for 2 different jobs because you yourself know that you're not getting paid, but ultimately, like, your learning experience, this comes at a cost to you. Many tattoo apprentices just are notably, it's known as being shop bitch sometimes. And yet, customers, the people that you're supposed to enjoy interacting with, will openly say to your face, you have nothing special about you. You didn't do anything special for this. And I'm glad that for the first time, I was just like, huh, that's funny, because, like, it shows that none of y'all been inside, like, a single Konditormeister. No offense, you guys literally just, like, outed yourself for being broke and rude about it, and acting broke, too. And I think that's a little rough. And I remember one of my first memories as I'm trying to pull myself up onto the counter on a stool already to look, and my grandmother says, and sorry, I should say correctly, because never called her my grandmother, but my mame would say, and you know, I say that because I almost fought someone in French class because you're fucking wrong. So I'm just gonna use mame, even though I'm not like on good speaking terms. I have a lot of fond memories of certain parts of my family. And I just gotta say, yeah, meme means grandmother, if you're a little confused, and it's some sort of French. I will never forget that. I almost literally threw hands with someone because we were learning in French class, and it was like, okay, kids, ma mère. Like, does that mean grandmother? Did that mean grandmother to them? Me trying to mentally remember because I literally blocked it out because I was like, no! Like, rage. Like, I was like, you're wrong. So, I think they were like, ma mère, like, means, like, grandmother because it means, like, your mom's mom or something or whatever. And I remember I was like, I didn't, like, act like a prick about it. But I kind of went up to the teacher and was like, I hope you know it's gonna be okay for me to say mère, right? Like, it's not, if it's not ma mère to me, like, can I say mère? Because I've always called my grandmother mère, and I think it's a little fucked up to, like, try to tell myself that some other definition in French class is more important than my personal cultural definition of what the word is. And the French teacher was like, yes, of course, that is, like, fine. That's important. Yeah, like, literally, the French teacher didn't have an issue with it. And then I remember I had said mère at one point to reference grandmother, and someone else had, like, piped up and was like, it's ma mère, not mère. Stupid idiot. And I just remember, I just, like, something in me lit up, and maybe it was, like, the genetically French component of me. But I'm making a joke, I'm sorry. But I was literally like, no, it's not. It's mère. And if you have an issue with it, learn some French. And, like, it was bad. It was bad. I almost got myself sent into detention. And that was one of the only times I was, like, fully conscious and just like, no, this time I think I'm gonna fight you. Nah, you got me fucked up, cause nah, I was trying to be nice. But you're stepping on my culture. Like, I was, like, not good with it. So, back to cakes, right? Back to cakes. Just some fun little trivia, by the way, about me and my past history. I think it's funny because even though I say ma mère now, it's just because, like, I guess it's, like, logged in my brain that way. But, like, when I was a little kid, I'd be like, May, so, like, to hell with what I even knew what I was saying. I don't even know what dialect of French that is, and I think that's funny. Because it leaves it just enough, like, irony for the fact that I learned classroom French, got up to l'envers, and then just, like, completely dipped. To be honest, I have to, no, I'm sorry. Maybe this is a little bit of a rant. Maybe this is a little bit of a video to just encapsulate what I like about now. I'm still trying to actively retain my French skills, but why? Oh, I'm glad you asked. So I finally have someone to talk to about this. Come here. Yeah, come here, you. Come here. So, I know this is gonna sound weird, but when another part of you speaks a different language, it's not exactly like unheard of, and I think that that's important because there's no. I know that one of the first recorded cases of DID was a woman waking up and just simultaneously seeming to be able to speak French, and that was not true. And there was definitely, you need to critical thinking. She definitely learned French somewhere. It's kind. I think there's just some like history books that were burnt. Because you don't. Savannah, calm down. I'm literally an adult. I'm an adult. Like, I need to be okay. I'm not though. I'm a little excited about this one because let me break it down for you. I have to be able to say one. No. Why the fuck would I be able to just learn a second language from having DID? No. We're gonna hop off the cake thing just because I can't help but think about this. No. Ironically though, when I was in 6th grade, they were like, you're falling behind, and when next year comes around, we start to teach you guys like a little bit of language, like foreign language, and you're gonna be terrible at it. So we're gonna put you in preparatory classes in literal 6th grade. And so I'm like 11, 12, turning 12 years old, like very nearly 12 years old. And I get put in French class shortly after, and I'm terrified of all these, and I think that's important. I'm terrified of French class. I got sick the one day we were supposed to sign up. Everybody signed up for Spanish and left me in French, and I was like, it's okay, like, right? So the way I'm locked into French like hell, I have to come back to this, and I'm terrified, and you know, there's many parts of me, but there's just like, I guess like, it's just called the catastrophe of my life, and there's a lot of people that don't want to deal with life, and there is one person who is willing to try to learn new skills because they say to themselves, oh well, I have a new baby at home, not like mine, but mind you, an odd scenario that I don't really know how to emotionally explain nonetheless. And, you know, I have to learn how to work, so I have to find something that I can do to work. And I don't really get language. So, I'm gonna learn French, and I don't know. I'm gonna keep going with this, and I'm gonna start picking up skills so I can feed us and I can get a job and things like that. And this person in the peanut gallery, right? So imagine someone outside of me that I don't know, however you'd like to imagine it, just sleeper agent takes over. Like, I'm joking. It's not gonna look any different. Unfortunately, I don't become a super hot ripped dude. I know, I would love that too. You kidding me? You think I wouldn't like that? You think I wouldn't like to be a shapeshifter as someone with DID? Yes, I would, first of all, because I would literally be so sexy all of the time. I would literally choose to be myself. Oh! Everyone in the chat heard me, whether you got DID or not. If we could choose to be shapeshifters, we'd be sexy as fuck. We'd be ourselves. Just remember that you're hot on the inside, and that you have a great personality, and that being hot isn't just about who you are physically. It is about the fact that you are so lovable. There is someone that loves a person like you. Remember that you're hot on the inside. I've changed the fate. I'm kidding. No, I have not. I have not. I'm honestly gonna cut that out because no. Stein. Words that I say in joking manner aren't serious threats to my health. And no, it's gonna stay a joke, and you're gonna get that. See, because I kind of have the control over everybody by just being like, you know how like alligators don't like blunt force? Same with the rest of the people in the peanut gallery. I do. And this is why I exist solely in this world, to make myself laugh. So I'm sorry if you don't find it quite funny. But remember that you're a baddie on the inside, and that you shouldn't give a fuck what nobody thinks about you, to be honest. You hear what I'm saying, right? That you shouldn't give a fuck, that it's about you being a baddie. My body is a temple, yes. No, I need you to get it. I need you to fucking get it. Why? You're all baddies. You just need to walk upon the land knowing you are. And I need more baddies in the lands around me. So, I'm sorry for trying to stir up some bad behavior, but like, please know that you're bad, and that only has to mean something to you. And if you don't like, oh shit, if you don't like the term bad, know that it means like good to me. Oh my god, no. What if the, no, come back, approval people. Can you imagine the people who are like, I always seek approval, I don't want to be bad, like literally like, I don't want to be bad. I get it, but you are a baddie. Like, I'm trying to say that you're like, you're bad, but you're not bad. You're like, you're good, but you're bad. You know what I mean? You're bad as fuck, but like, you're good, you're not bad. This is absolutely the line of thinking I get into just in my own head, and I hope you know that. Like, Ellis just has to deal with me on a daily, and I don't feel like saying who I am. See, it's funny because I'm painted and I'm like up on the wall over there, and it's just out of frame and you can't see it, and I'm like, do I mention that or not? So, okay. Yo, I need to like get the fuck out before Alice stops thinking about what they were thinking about. Yo, no, this video is too important. Stop, get the fuck out of here, Eden. Get the fuck out. Know your self-worth is what I was trying to say. Before Eden decided to just boot me out of the way, and I'm still sitting here trying to recover from that. And I get it. You might not understand how this works. That's okay. I just really want it to be fun, and I want it to spark joy. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to know that like my interests are more what I follow into now. And beyond that, it's like learning about the system is fun, because like things like that, like I do know a lot about like cake artistry, and then it just goes away. And I'm like, where'd that go? Where'd everything that I was talking about just go? And I can keep pulling into different memories of different altars too. And it makes me feel like a little awkward because I just have like this like large knowledge bank at times. And that's one of my favorite and least favorite things about it. It is. It's my favorite because I know things. It's my least favorite because I know things. And I think that like other alters in the gallery have left these videos very specifically for me to see. And I think it's so hard because it gives into how much it hurts to be someone else that has gone through the things that I kind of can't remember that I've gone through. That's a lot. That's one of my least favorite things. And as much as I can sit here and talk, I don't think it's I don't think it's really any worth